So there's been a lot of news recently about censorship, specifically around Alex Jones and stuff. But this news story, this whole situation is a lot more complex than people think it is. Whether you're Democratic, Republican, whatever. Again, this is more... Well, this is kind of tech subject and kind of politics and kind of business. So it is very complex. So, out of the blue at like 3 a.m., Alex Jones, you know, the political commentator, he's a total character. He's not even legit. He says there's fucking aliens and gay frogs and all this crazy shit. Of course, he does say some actual legit political stuff here and there, but he goes off the rails, so I'm not going to go off on him. The thing is, like, Twitter decided to ban him, and then YouTube and Spotify and iTunes, and everybody just decided to do a blanket sweep ban once one person did it, and it was just a chain effect. And part of me was wondering, like, were they all planning on doing it, and then they're like, okay, now's the time? Because there has been some talk here and there about censorship in the political realm on Facebook or YouTube or whatever. They start demonetizing people on YouTube, they start blocking people on Facebook, or lowering the views and stuff. Facebook's all fucked up with their page algorithms, but that's a whole nother story. So the argument is, if you go against the terms of service, since these are private companies, Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, Spotify, whatever, if you go against the terms of service, do you get instantly banned? But since you're talking politically, some people say it's free speech, but you're not getting thrown in jail. You still have free speech. He can still post anything he wants on his website. Although there have been some web hosts that say they do not want to host some of these political commentators. So then we get into that. So it becomes like, where does the free speech line end? Because again, they say if it's a private company, they do have the right to do whatever they want. It's their company. And it's not technically against freedom of speech, but in my view, fucking all politics, all political speech is against everybody's terms of service. So either say politics, if you're speaking politics, you have freedom of speech, whatever. We know you're going to talk some shit. That's one option that I'm thinking of. Another option is don't allow any politics on your platform, which means everybody will fucking be leaving your platform. And then another option, the fucking president of the United States has been using Twitter nonstop. All these media outlets have been talking about Twitter because the president is posting on Twitter. It's become a point where either you have to impeach the president for giving companies extra, an extra popularity and stuff, because that is against the Constitution, and people have made the argument that you can impeach Trump on that. Either do that, or say Twitter has become so great and so high profile that we no longer have terms of service, and it is a government shit program. Some people have been making that argument. I don't know about that, because then it elevates that company to such a high degree, and that company becomes higher than all other companies, and nobody can ever compete against them. And some people do make the argument that you can't compete against a lot of these companies because they're so big now, they just buy out all the other smaller companies. Facebook owns Instagram and WhatsApp. Amazon owns Twitch and like a bajillion other things. Google owns YouTube. They didn't make YouTube. Google bought YouTube. So this whole subject is a lot more complex than you think. But there is a kind of a side thing going on that most progressives do agree on, is that the internet should be like based as a utility, seen as a utility, like phones and electricity and all that, because the internet is just information. If libraries are free and government funded and all that, why can't we get internet service providers to do that stuff for free, and web hosting for free, just like newspapers? Web hosting should be like the same as newspapers, but again, these people are too old to understand anything about tech. Probably said that on my last video, so I didn't really say it on this video. So it's the first time. Anyways, this is a really, really tough subject. People aren't really touching on all the sides. So, and again, I saw some liberal people saying, well, it was Alex Jones, sucks to be him, he's banned now. Well, now some liberal people are getting banned. There's Occupy London Facebook page that got banned, that got removed. And it's just people, normal citizens, saying, hey man, You're not paying us our fair share, you rich elites, basically. That's pretty much what the Occupy movements are. They said, nope, you can't do that shit anymore on Facebook. So yeah, when they come to the right, they're going to come to the left. It's happening. It's going to happen. It's happening now. So don't start playing that fucking political line, politics bullshit, tribal bullshit. They're coming after all of us. So fucking step up. And we need to actually figure out what we're going to do. Because like I said, you want to raise a company high enough that it's fucking government sort of company, then it shouldn't be owned by any shareholders. It shouldn't be owned by a person if you do that. Or you can fucking impeach Trump, which everybody's been saying. That shit's not going to happen. Or, I don't know. There just has to be a lot of things going on. I feel that there has to be some political regulation in the internet, but the regulation as to back off all other regulation and keep us free speech. That's the kind of regulation I want. But some people are like, no, we need to do regulation and we need to censor some stuff, because you guys can't fucking recognize if this is real or if this is fake. You don't know if this is propaganda or if this is legit. So we have to censor it for you guys. That's pretty much what they're doing. And of course, that's some of the reasons why they're banning people. Other reasons they're saying is because they broke the terms of service. They're like talking about racism and stuff like that. But again, as I said, that's politics, unfortunately. United States politics. Let's talk about race and religion and stuff like that. But anyways, that's pretty much the end of this video. I'm probably going to be talking about this subject many more times in the future with other people because a lot of people really want to talk about it. And as I said, it is a very difficult subject. So subscribe if you want to see more topics on politics or even about this particular subject. Yeah. See you guys later.